We begin this midday in the U.S. That's where, in an event that has further escalated racial tensions in Ferguson, Missouri, 2 law enforcement officers were shot early Thursday morning during a protest outside a police station. There have been conflicting reports on the origins of the shots, but according to some witnesses, they were fired from a hill a good distance from where the protesters had gathered. The shooting happened just hours after the city's police chief, Thomas Jackson, announced his resignation following charges of racial discrimination in the force. St. Louis Police Chief John Belmar described the events.
As far as the night goes, probably 60, 70 people that were up there. It wasn't all that remarkable compared to some of the things that we have experienced over the last few months, but there were quite a few people in the roadway, sidewalks, in front of the station, etc. There was a contingent of police officers that were up there from different agencies assisting Ferguson, and the night was fairly uneventful up until about midnight. At midnight, the crowd was starting to break up. In fact, several of the officers had left the area, and to the immediate northwest of the Ferguson Police Department, several shots were fired, at least 3, and 2 officers were struck. A St. Louis County officer was struck in the shoulder, and a Webster Groves police officer was struck in the face. Both those officers are here right now. They're being treated. I don't have an official status on what their condition is right now. They are conscious.
And for more now on the events in Ferguson, we go straight to our correspondent Alexandra Hall in the U.S.
The incident happened just a few hours after midnight early on Thursday. One officer was shot in the face and another in the shoulder outside of the Ferguson police station as people gathered just hours after Ferguson Police Chief Tom Jackson announced his resignation. Some people were reportedly celebrating, others were protesting. All of this coming in light of a Department of Justice investigation that found that there is a culture of racially biased policing happening in the area, and that fines and citations of African Americans in the local community are used as a source of income for the criminal justice system. Now, the police chief of St. Louis said that those officers are now in a serious condition in Washington. I'm Alexandra Hall for Telesur.
Taking a look now at the events as they have unfolded in Ferguson over the past 7 months. On August 9th of last year, Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson shot and killed an unarmed black teenager. That was Michael Brown. Witnesses say that Brown's hands were up in surrender when he was shot. The body remained in the street for 4 hours. During the following weeks, police in riot gear used tear gas and rubber bullets against protesters demanding justice in Brown's case. On November 25th, a Ferguson grand jury decided not to indict Officer Darren Wilson for the shooting, re-sparking unrest in Missouri and around the world. Earlier this month, the U.S. Justice Department released a scathing report on the Ferguson Police Department's structural racism against the predominantly black population and its use of petty fines to fill the city coffers. This led to a new round of demonstrations, which have resulted in 2 Ferguson police officers being shot following a protest against police violence early Thursday morning.